Hey everyone, it's Mana, and today's video is in remembrance of those who have recently committed suicide because of bullying, whether it was over their sexuality or suspected sexuality. It gets better. It gets easier. It doesn't have to end that way. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to turn to self-harm, drugs, or alcohol. Those methods of escapism are not the answer. There's many other better ways of escapism. There's music, there's books, there's video games, there's band, there's volunteering. I know it seems like the end of the world. It seems like everything matters so much right now, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really. And you'll see that when you're older. I know because I was bullied. I was bullied from kindergarten on up. I was bullied because I was the poor kid, the weird kid. I wore hand-me-downs. I was bullied for anything you can think of. People even picked on my name. And my name's pretty easy, Amanda. Really wouldn't think of too many ways to pick on that. It's extremely common, but they found ways. I was lucky. I had my dad to talk to. He knew what I was going through. He was very open about his experiences. My dad was bullied a lot when he was younger. He was bullied both mentally and physically, and it was part of the reason he left school and decided to get his GED. So he knew how bad it could be. He knew how bad it could get, and he didn't want that for me. He wanted better, but since I was being bullied, he taught me that it was okay to feel the way I was feeling. It was okay to cry about it. It was okay that these things hurt me, but they didn't have to be what defined me. It didn't have to be everything. I could find other ways. You know, my mom taught me that there's a whole nother world in books, and I love to read because of that. It's a great way to just get away from your own thoughts for a while. Because sometimes you're your own worst critic, and then adding that on what other people say, it just makes it worse. But you don't have to think like that. You can tell yourself every day, it gets easier. I'm a good person. I deserve to be here as much as anyone else. No matter what anybody says to you, I know the things that kids can say. I had people tell me I should just go kill myself. I had people tell me I was horrible. I had people tell me I was ugly, I was worthless. I don't feel that way about myself. I chose not to let them choose how I felt. I chose how I felt. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can make you feel anything without your permission." And no one can. It's your choice how you feel. It's your choice what they say, if it affects you or not. You know, because there will always be someone with some cruel remark. It will always be there, no matter how old you get. They're there. They judge you for your clothes, your sexuality, your chosen lifestyle, your religion. They judge you for everything. There's always someone who's going to judge you. It's just whether or not you choose to let that affect you, or whether or not you choose to walk away. Because you always have that option. You may have to deal with this person in a civil respect. You may have to be civil to this person, smile, say hi. But you don't have to be their friend. You don't have to be their acquaintance, and you don't have to hang around them. Because sometimes it's your best friend that's your biggest bully. It's the people that are closest to you, the people that you choose, that hurt you the most. And it really hurts even more because you thought this person cared about you, you thought this person loved you, but they don't. And you don't need to stay around that. I had toxic friendships in school. We eventually made the smart decision to walk away from each other. And once we did, we were both much happier. Because we just should not have ever been friends. life is hard and it's big and it's scary and the world is cruel and there are lots of horrible things out there. But you don't have to let that be what rules you. You don't have to let that be what you see every day. You know, you can find the bright spot in the darkest place. You can delete the comments that they put on your Facebook or on your YouTube. You can choose who you're friends with. You can delete them completely, block them when it's on the internet. Trolls are always going to be there. The anonymousness, which is not a real word, but I can't say the proper word, of the internet makes it much, much easier to attack you. It's much easier to say cruel things when there's no name or face along with the remark. I've had people say cruel things to me on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook, and I just block them and delete it and walk away. Nobody needs to make any decision about myself other than me, and I don't need to take anyone else's decisions but my own that's not right, but you know what I mean. It gets better, it gets easier. There's always someone you can talk to. I don't know if I already said this, but there's your friends' moms, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your teachers, the college students at your local college. You know, they remember most because they're closest to your age. They know what it's like, but they can tell you it gets better, you know? And there's tons of other people. Just try to take, people say you remember the hateful comments 10 times more than you remember the good comments. Just try to focus on those good comments, because those are all that matter. You are you. You can't change yourself. You're the you-iest you can be. And that's a good thing. You can be anything, you can do anything. It may take a little more effort, but you can. And that's really all that matters. So just remember, it gets easier, it gets better. Thanks for watching. Bye.